Alrighty, que lo que mi gente, welcome back to the channel. I know what you're gonna say, John. Whoa, 2 videos in 1 week. What's going on here? Well, let me stop you right there, okay? I got back online today. Pretty amazing Sunday, okay? Got done making a little carne asada right here in the back of la bodega, and you already know, got me cebollitas con un poquito de arroz y la tortilla just y los jalapeñitos. You already know, okay? You already know. Enjoy my Sunday. But what do I see when I come back inside? What do I see? And I know what you're gonna think. Oh no, he dropped the plate of carne asada. But I'm gonna stop you right there again. I never drop the carne asada. You understand? Never drop your carnitas asadas, especially on a Sunday. Come on now. That's blasphemous. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I got some news for you, and that's what we're here for today. So as many of you already know or have seen, Riot has finally released the trailer for Fade. And I gotta say, god damn, it's not bad. It's not bad. Coming up, we're gonna be talking about the following, and of course, it's gonna be broken down for you. So if you're here for a specific part, check out the description, please. We're gonna break it down, the trailer. We're gonna be talking about the gate, finally being open. We're gonna talk about Fade, and obviously, a look into her abilities, and some predictions about the next few weeks post-release. So the trailer opens up in Istanbul, where it looks like Fade, the new agent and queen of our darkest punk dreams, I didn't write that, is trapped, and I say trapped in a very, very loose term. As Neon drops down and runs into the warehouse, she is trapped immediately, just like the rest of the squad will be. At the same time, each one of the agents is shown their biggest fears, again starting with Neon. Cypher being unmasked in front of all the cameras. Chambers, from the looks of it, it might be that he's making a deal with his other self, and I gotta say, I never did trust the guy. Breach, of course, being unable to escape from the the little cell, the cell that he's stuck in, and therefore being locked away. And then KO losing his friend Brimstone after the war, having to carry him through the battlefield. And lastly, of course, Soba, who's being corrupted or affected by Fade's power. And of course, the trailer ending and closing out with Fade recalling her ult, briefly remarking that the team's collective nightmares are nothing compared to hers. In fact, she says, and she states, "I've seen your darkest fears. Mine would eat them alive," which I don't know about you guys, but that line is just goddamn, it's delivered well in the trailer. Speechless. So moving on, the gate. For those of you that have been around, since the beginning of the game, this story, and what the importance of the portal is. So this part really doesn't pertain too much to you guys. So if you want to skip to the next part, I totally understand. But for those of you that have just joined Valorant and are just arriving to the game, I'm gonna give you the short version, and that is, it's a portal to Mirror Earth. It's a more complex story, but you can follow me, and I'll be releasing a mini series of broken down videos where information is broken down into bite-sized fragments, so it's not that intense to go through, really. But that said, now that the gate is open, finally we'll be able to cross over to the next to the Mirror Earth, essentially, where the story is taking us. This opens up a ton of new possibilities, and I'm talking story and game wise. New maps for players being among the top things that come to my mind, and hopefully your mind. Some new maps and some new things added on there, and as well as a new look into Mirror Earth and its inhabitants. Hopefully we'll be able to kind of get the other side of the story. I know that we already know that I know that I know that the story is basically they're running out of the precious metal or whatever, and they're radianite, and they're coming over to take our radianite and whatnot. But I feel like there could be more things explored, and there's obviously going to be more things coming through, and hopefully with this the gate being open, we're going to be getting more things. One of them, again, I mean, in my opinion, it should just be like very important, should be maps, but we'll see where this takes us, and hopefully it's And lastly, guys, in this chapter for the gate, I gotta say, we gotta acknowledge how awesome these images are. Just the artwork has always been one of those top-notch aspects of Valorant for me. Heck, in the comments for the trailer, somebody's asking for, they should make a movie for this. Just with the art alone, it's amazing. And I gotta say that I'm gonna put my vote for that. We should definitely get something like that. So arriving at Fade, first ability we're going to go over is Haunt. Haunt is an orb that activates after hitting the ground, which eventually turns into a destructible eye for the enemy team. If the eye sees an opponent, it will reveal them and apply a trail debuff that lasts 12 seconds. This trail allows players to see where the enemy has traveled. Obviously the orb is automatically, it automatically drops to the ground, but it can also be dropped sooner, just like Phoenix's ability, by hitting the ability key. Prowler is an ability that sends out a creature, which we see in the trailer. This creature travels looking for an enemy. For enemy players, players can hold fire and move their mouse steering the Prowler creature while it's traveling. Once the creature finds an enemy, it will hit them with near sight for 3 seconds. There are 2 charges of the Prowler the Prowler perk, which end up costing about 300 credits each. Seize is a throwable orb that upon hitting the ground will expand to a 7-meter orb and tether all enemies caught to the center. Tethered enemies will suffer 75 decay damage and are deafened for 5 seconds. Players have a single charge of Seize, this costing about 200 credits. Lastly, arriving at Nightfall, Fade's ultimate ability, this sends out a dark mist, which if you're unfortunate enough to get caught in its path, you'll find yourself trailed, deafened, and hit by decay damage for a total of 12 seconds. Not a good time. Not a good time. Anyway, moving on to my predictions, ladies and gentlemen, I don't really expect any major broken aspects from Fade upon her release. Maybe some people complaining about some timings and stuff like that. But from the test we did today, I can see she's going to be a great addition to the game, if not a decent one. Some of you will find her abilities. I know at first I did. Her abilities a bit too much, but that's normal when you don't know how to counter what you see for the first time. And just like Neon, right? Just upon her release, every single person was running Neon, right? So in these upcoming weeks, I expect every team, and you should as well, expect every team to run a Fade, no exceptions. In fact, expect everyone and their mom to want to try and run Fade. For those that take the time to learn Fade and main Fade, I could tell you that they're going to be a pain in the ass. So I can tell you, just be ready. And kind of take a chill. We're probably gonna have to deal with Fade for a little bit until everybody kind of gets settled in and sees how she works, and kind of we figure out how her style of play will be. Alrighty guys, so we've arrived to the end of the video. Congratulations if you made it to the end of the video. Don't forget to hit that like button to let me know that you made it to the end of the video. In any case, if you enjoyed this type of content, guys, please let me know, leaving a comment or hitting that like button. Those are the best ways to let me know. This helps out tremendously, especially with the algorithm here on YouTube. And again, if this is your first time here and you enjoyed it and you liked the videos that we're making here, please don't hesitate to hit that sub button. If you want to be part of the live streams, don't forget that every Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays from 6 to 9 we're live on Twitch. We also do special streams on Saturdays and sometimes, very rarely though, on Sundays. Don't hesitate to check the links down below, please. And again, guys, thank you very much for stopping on by, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.